All right, I gotta ask this question.
What up?
What led to the diss record?
For me?
Yeah.
Just feeling that I just getting too many responses from this motherfucker. I think my little cousin or somebody from out of state hit me like, what happened? What's going on? Did you hear this record? I heard first, I thought it was speculation that it might be a record that was going around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that in the hood. But I still was like, nah.
Exactly.
Nobody
did. Nah,
Because there was
no
nothing
way.
that brought it on that I would think, I'm like, nah, this is just somebody's room was bullshit. Then the record dropped.
Build and Destroy.
And destroyed. And even though he said some real personal shit on that record, I was really focused on what he was saying about me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah. You portrayed me to be a car thief or a bag stealing person. And I'm like, I never did that. I was never on my thing. You know what I'm saying? Some people could.
You said purse snatcher?
Purse snatcher, car thief, or some shit.
Was that a metaphor for what happened with
No,
Trac
it was
Masters?
just, I don't know where it fucking
First
came
snatcher
from.
could be the money.
Yeah.
You took money.
Grabbing
from
the bag,
them.
right?
No, that's subliminal. That's nice.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about fucking stealing people's purses and dumb shit. Like, nah, that never been my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I don't know where that came from. On that record, you know what I'm saying? He spoke on Rest in Peace Prodigy and he spoke on Cormega. And I think it was just, he was at a point where he needed to say what he needed to say. I don't know, I don't condone throwing your peoples under the bus on shit like that. So I never really actually sat down and talked to him like, what was the reason behind that?
You guys never spoke?
Never.
How do you grow up from young?
You know what's crazy?
Ciphers.
You know what's crazy? It's been plenty of people that are mutual friends that probably had the opportunity to squash it, but for some reason chose not to
Get involved.
whatever. And they don't see the importance of it. I see it as far as one, as yo, you was my homie at one point, before any of this.
See, I hate shit like that.
And two, for the culture.
But this is what I'm saying.
culture.
I hate shit like that because motherfuckers will do that, and then one of those people will pass away, and niggas is at the funeral crying the hardest.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Niggas just rest in peace to the homie, yo. I wish that if I could have went back, if I'd have just picked up the phone.
It wasn't that serious.
Oh, that's the main one. It was never that serious.
That's the famous one. I just realized it wasn't that serious.
So then let's look. What's it gonna take to get y'all two together?
Not even y'all two together.
No,
but
him and I.
I mean, for you gotta ask yourself. There's two parts to that question you just said. One, would it be for personal reasons, or two, would it be for business reasons?
It has to be personal first.
it gotta be personal.
For one, you have to wind up. I just never was even occupied the same space with him in years. It's not like we've been in a room and we just totally like fucking not acting like nobody's in the room. It's not to that point. I've never really been in areas where he's at. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of things since I've actually interacted with him, like, you know, open up restaurants and do, you know, his success level has been going up.
You ever been to his restaurant?
Yeah, hell yeah. Sweet Chick? Hell yeah, I fuck with Sweet Chick. You don't fuck with Sweet Chick? Yeah, hell yeah, I fuck with Sweet Chick.
Especially the one in Williamsburg.
I fuck with it.
The one in Williamsburg,
You know
that's
what
the
I'm
best
saying?
one.
But it's crazy because on one side of him, I got Nas. On one side, I got Nori. And they both experienced more success as the years progressed. Nori doing the podcast shit just like you,
right.
And seeing, you know, how big this thing
Shout
could
to
be.
Nori.
Shout out to Drink Champs and the whole squad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to Queen.
maybe it's my pride of just feeling like I never wanted to fucking ask for favors because I know a lot of people promise me shit, but I never really. I always wanted to do it on my own type of shit. I just was like that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's the fault. That people will be like, yo, you got all these opportunities you could, you know, take advantage of. But if I did that, my career would go so many different ways, and I don't want to just be like doing shit just because. I got on because my situation called for it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really I don't know if it was the right decision. It's like putting a Band-Aid when you needed stitches. So it's like you just cover it temporarily. You just fixing the situation.
But sometimes things weigh on you.
It do,
and everybody feels it.
It do.
And I think that as time goes on, that weight becomes. It's like an invisible 2-ton weight just sitting on your back.
Let me tell you something. As you get older, you just look at life different, right? And you come to the acceptance and say that maybe certain things just wasn't supposed to be, right?
True.
You can't judge somebody else's success and say, hey, of course I deserve it too. But if it's not in the cards, it's not in the cards. Your level of success might not be my level of success. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that's out there, let's take a different genre of music. Let's take old music. Let's take, everybody says Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is the king of pop, right?
Right.
There's nothing higher than Michael Jackson. But for every Michael Jackson, there's a Prince. And for every Prince, they got a bunch of people riding for Prince. And for every Prince, there's a fucking Smokey Robinson. Right. And there's a people for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For everybody.
Right.
As long as you stay active, I guarantee the right people gonna gravitate to you and you're gonna do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But if you're comfortable with, my story's never over. That's why our conversation right now is kind of like, because I didn't throw in the towel. That's why we look at verses and shit like that. I look at verses and I'm quite sure you got your own opinion on what's going on. But shit like that is when I look at people that's at the end of their ropes. Like you done delivered your best shit like that. I still feel like I got the potential to go up because every day I'm connected with people that's still grounded in the culture like you, like y'all guys. I'm invited to shit like this to tell my story. So I'm rejuvenated every time, every time. And I'm thankful to have the opportunity to be plugged into the game by a GOAT. When you plugged in by a GOAT, certain doors just don't close. It's just up to you to deliver. They will close it on you. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
You don't walk
but
through
I
it.
ain't here by luck, by chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure I'm dude and I have the, like you always said, it's always been about the team. You know what I'm saying? Having trust in dudes having faith in you, and you making it happen, having a plan and shit like that. So every day I'm learning about shit, and sometimes it takes for you to look back to kind of understand what it takes for you to move forward. So that's
It's Hoffa, trapper turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.